Hello, friends, and welcome back to another podcast, Two Seats Together. Together. Today, we're going to be talking about something that is a hot topic right now in cruising world, particularly dealing with Carnival Cruise Line, and that is Celebration K or Key, however you want to say it.
I'm going to say Key.
Key, K, whatever.
Yeah.
But Celebration Key is their Carnival's new destination, private destination. It is in Grand Bahamas. And there are a lot of things that are positives, but there are some things that are not so positive. And we're going to talk about it today.
Yes. So this private destination just opened. We went, what day? We sailed on the Carnival Conquest, and what was the exact day?
It was the
July 20 something. It was July 20 something. Let's get the specifics just to share, because we were the fourth stop.
Yeah.
We were the fourth, to go there. So the exact date, it was July 22nd. Yeah. So we were the fourth group to go. We were not the only ship there. We were there with the Carnival Glory.
That is correct.
And I think that's worth mentioning because it affects, the crowd levels and different things like that when it comes to us sharing our experience. Before we really get into this destination, because I want to make sure that I don't say island.
Yeah.
Even though in the beginning of our video, which if you're watching this without seeing our video, we did do a video of our time there at the destination.
Right.
So if you want to check it out, you can. But in the beginning, y'all, we know it is not it's not a private island.
Yeah,
it is a destination. There is a difference between the cruise lines, private islands and private destinations, which we are going to get into that a little bit later when it comes to what's included, what's not, and those things. But y'all, we know it's a destination, but it's easier to say island. I'm not going to hold you. But we know.
And even at the beginning of this podcast, we said it's a destination on Grand Bahamas.
Yes.
Grand Bahamas. So,
But words do mean things.
Yeah.
They do. So I get it. Like, maybe we'll just say area. I'm just not trying to say destination. Maybe we'll say area instead of island. But the layout of Celebration Key, I really like it. The sandcastle being the focal point, and then you have like two main sides. You have Starfish Lagoon and you have Calypso Lagoon.
Right. Starfish
Lagoon is more like kid-friendly, family-friendly, and Calypso Lagoon is more adult-friendly.
Right.
So now let's get into this, because we were under the impression that Calypso Lagoon was the adults only side.
Right. But apparently.
Yes.
Okay, look at comments of our video.
And from what I saw on Carnival, because I went to Carnival's website.
We're splitting hairs right there. So
technicalities.
Right. So it has adults only areas on the Calypso side.
Yes.
And children are welcome. However, there is a child-friendly side with playgrounds and all that stuff geared toward children. So I'm thinking.
Okay, so the Calypso side, how the Starfish side is family-friendly or kid-friendly, the Calypso side is adult-friendly, and there's a dedicated area in Calypso Lagoon that is adults only.
Right.
But it's just a specific area.
Correct.
Instead of the whole place.
Correct.
So we thought that all of Calypso Lagoon was adults only. They do have signage that shows that, which it says 18 and up from this point only.
Yeah.
But where those signs are on the island is confusing to me. And when we were past those signs, there were children.
Yes. When we saw the kids over there, even though it was frustrating, I think from our understanding of it, it was like, okay, is this supposed to be an adults only section? If it is, why are the kids over here? But correction, family, it has adults only section, 18 years or up. That's considered adult for that area.
We were not the only people that thought this, though, because I think just the labeling of it is not really done well. But I just think the main draw really of Celebration Key is just this gigantic pool.
Yeah.
And it is two pools. Like the Calypso is one side and the Starfish is another.
But they consider it one?
No, I don't know.
Because they said, it's supposed to be the largest freshwater pool in North America.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering if the two sides combined is that one, or the Calypso side or the Starfish Lagoon by themselves.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, I'm leaning towards they have grouped both of them together. And they consider them one pool.
I don't know.
To be the largest in North America. Largest freshwater wise.
Yeah. I don't know. But that is the main draw, I think, to Celebration Key as a whole.
Okay.
That huge pool, whether it is considered one or two, I think that's the main thing of Celebration Key. But, so we talked about the lagoons. There is an area in the middle called Lokono Cove where you can do some shopping, and they do have local Bahamians with their art and, things that they have to sell there. And then they do also have like your more touristy stores and stuff. I do wish that we would have gone into one of the stores that was selling like the Celebration Key merchandise. I wish we could have done that.
There was somebody talking about that. And I can't remember exactly what they said, but there was some type of conversation surrounding the merchandise for Celebration Key.
What was it?
Either it was not a lot available, or the store that they wanted to go to didn't have something that they would want to buy. I'm not sure.
Oh, wow.
But I vaguely remember a conversation in earshot. I don't want to say I was eavesdropping, but in earshot that kind of circled around that.
I really wish we would have gone in because we like to collect magnets.
That is true.
For everywhere we go, and we did not get a magnet of Celebration Key on this trip, but that's all right. And just to be able to show you guys too, of course. But in the middle, there is the Lokono Cove for the shopping. And then one other section you have is Pearl Cove. And that is a private beach club area.
Adults only as well.
Adults only that we were able to get access to. You do have to pay to get in there.
Mm-hmm.
So the pricing for that is $100 to get in. Just if you want access to Pearl Cove, it costs $100 per person. If you want all-inclusive drinks, it's $140. If you want food and drinks, it's $180. And there's a 10 drink maximum for their open bar with the drinks. And you do get a welcome drink when you first enter that private area. So what did you think about Pearl Cove just from what we saw of it? And what do you think? Do you think the pricing is worth it to go there?
Well, the conception of the private beach areas, I'm going based off of the other destinations that the other cruise lines have. I think it's comparable. I don't know what I'm pretty sure that the drink package situation is different. So
compared to what?
Compared to what Pearl Cove has, I think having a 10 drink limit and then so let's back up. having to pay for drinks and you have the drink package in the first place on this island is a point of discrepancy or the point of contention as well. So we're going to talk about that once we get down to it.
Yes, because we will.
But I think to pay for a certain amount of drinks and private area and all that stuff, I think the price is comparable to what I've heard and seen.
Okay, from other places.
Right, from other destinations.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think it's worth it though?
Do I think it's worth it?
Like, do you think it's beautiful? Did you like the way it looked? Do you think the price is worth it?
Ooh. I think it could be worth it if you want that exclusivity. Mm-hmm. I do think, so one of the things that really stood out to me in Pearl Cove is the upgraded villas. Okay. I really liked how those look. But those would be an additional price to the 180.
Yes.
So it's a lot. It's a lot. But for the regular day beds, they have the cushion on them and the umbrellas. So when we went over there weren't a lot of people over there. So the exclusivity of it all, I think it could be worth it. If you just want to get away from everybody, have some food, have some drinks, I think it could be worth it.
Well, I will say, I was talking to my mother, who is a loyal watcher of our channel, and she watched our vlog, and she said that she would absolutely pay that price to go to Pearl Cove. Yeah. So that's just one opinion that I've heard. I think the Pearl Cove area is really nice. Where it's located, I think it really does give more of that exclusivity. The only thing I would say is that there's a private beach area too that's just for people in Pearl Cove. And I will say the end of that and the start of the public beach, it's right next to each other. Mm-hmm. There's nothing that's separating that really.
No, it's not.
So that would be the only thing, that just being on the beach. But when you're at the infinity pool and they have the chairs, the loungers with the plush thing, with the seating, and if you were to pay, I think it's really nice. I do think it's really nice. And I think it depends on what kind of vibe you're looking for too when you're on Celebration Key. Because if you want to turn up, well, I don't know. I can't. You guys sound off if you think that it will be worth it, and it depends on what level too. Because it's like, would I pay $100 just to be over there? Probably not. But like, if I'm gonna pay $100, I might as well pay at least $140, or just pay the extra $40 or pay the extra $80 so that I can get some food and some drinks. That is, you know.
And I wonder if the food is different from their restaurant. So going back to the layout.
Well, let me comment on that. On their website, it does say it says a premium lunch.
Oh, okay.
So it does seem like it should be a higher quality food. Yeah. But then at the same time, I don't know if that's all inclusive food, because it says open bar, and then it says premium lunch.
So does that mean, right? So
is that an all you can eat?
Or one entree?
Exactly. I don't know.
Yeah, so.
I don't know.
And we kind of touching on it, and we're going to get to it more in depth.
Okay.
But the food aspect is going to be the bulk of what we talk. Well, not the bulk, but it's going to be super important in this next category that we talk about. So there were free and paid activities.
Yes.
Free and paid activities. So the slides, which is the focal point when you're walking onto the island, it's in the middle of both the starfish and calypso, right? We learned that while we were on the island, that it was a $20 fee to ride it unlimited. But I think the prices have gone down to $15.
Well, let me say this, because when I went online to look at the prices, it said $19.99 per person. Because then when I looked at it, I said $20. I remember it. Yeah. When I looked at the price. I don't know if that was like a slight fluctuation at the time that I looked, or if that's how much it was for our sailing specifically. I really don't know, but I think the set price now is $14.99.
$14.99. So $15. So that, and with that $15, you get an unlimited number of rides on there, but that's per person.
$15 per person. Do you think that's worth it for the water slides?
No. I think the slide should be free. This is why I don't think it's worth it.
I'm screaming.
Because of how the infrastructure of this island is, it just seems to me like they are nickel and diming on everything.
It's just the way you said. No.
No, I don't know. I don't think it's worth it. I think it's a nickel and dime situation on going on.
I'm going to be honest with you. My perspective goes both ways, and we'll get into that in a bit when we talk about the food and stuff.
Yeah.
But my perspective of things kind of has, I don't know, it's shifted a bit. But as far as the water slides, I don't think it's worth no $15.
Mm-mm.
For those 2 water slides, that really is not giving much. Like if we're going to compare to Coco Key, because somebody, in our comments said something like, well, you have to pay to do the water slides at Coco Key too, Royal Caribbean. But that's a full-fledged water park.
And it's unlimited.
Well, it's unlimited at Celebration Key too.
Well, I'm just saying, that's true.
Yeah, but
it's a full-fledged situation.
It's a legitimate water park on the private island.
They got a wave pool.
Yeah.
They got drop slides.
Yeah.
They have, obstacle courses. They got a lot of stuff.
A ton of stuff. So it's like, I get them charging for that. That makes sense to me. But these 2 slides, $15, like, no, I'm sorry, I'm not seeing it. But other than the water slides, other paid activities that you can do are the excursions.
I thought, I'm thinking in the destination.
Okay.
So I'm thinking like, self-contained in the destination. So the excursions, most of them, you have to leave the destination.
Yes, most of them you are leaving, like maybe outside of doing the jet skis and stuff like that. Everything else you are leaving to do that. But that's just what encompasses paid things when it comes to Celebration Key. And then for free things, I really had to think about this, because all there really is the sports area where you can play like volleyball.
They have table soccer.
Table soccer, yeah. And
that's the first time I ever saw that.
It really?
Yeah, I never saw that before. Oh. They had table tennis, and I guess if you feeling like this is an activity, they definitely had basketball. I think they had pickleball, beach volleyball. I think they had maybe. Mm-hmm. And if this is your activity, maybe riding the tram is something that you could do. You just sit and go around the island.
No, I'm screaming. Yeah. But so they had the sports area. Mm-hmm. And really, I mean, sure, if you want to do the trams, the pool and the beach, child. Yeah. That's really it. That's free. Like.
Yeah, and you had to rent the tubes. There were tubes that you had. Yes. I don't know what the rental fee was on those.
You ain't gonna believe this. They have pool noodles that you can rent. Right. Guess how much they were?
$10.
They were $10. Oh. To rent the pool noodles that you can go to Dollar Tree and get.
For $1.50 now.
A pool noodle was $10 to rent, and you're not keeping it. You're giving it back.
That's wild.
So, to be honest, Celebration Key, you do this at most private islands or destinations. You just chilling. Yeah. You're chilling. You're vibing. Like, you're swimming. You're relaxing. Mm-hmm. That's really the bulk of what you're doing when you're here. Yeah. So, but now let's really get into
the food situation.
Let's get into this food, because
it is causing controversy
Yes.
throughout the Carnival cruise community because, Kyra, we found out, when we got there, that there was a one complimentary entree.
I've been there.
Well, I did. I found out. I found out when I got there. One complimentary entree, and then if you want to go to the restaurant on the island, you have a 25% off. But it's one or the other. It's not both.
So what they have on the island, it's called Island Eats.
Correct.
And this is attached to your sail and sign card. You either get, like Aaron said, one free meal or 25% off at one of the restaurants that are on the, not island. I just want to say island. Y'all know what I mean? At the destination. So, and they scan your card for you to redeem whatever it is that you want. Somebody else has your card in your group, in your family, and they scan your card and get something, then it's redeemed. And if you go and try to get your lunch or whatever, then it's done for, and there's nothing that they can do about it. But they have restaurants. So there's restaurants, there's a food hall, and there's food trucks on both sides. And they're different food trucks. So on the Calypso side and the Starfish side, it's not the same companies. These are all different companies.
Right. So, and one thing I think is neat about this food truck area are that they are local vendors from Grand Bahama that have been contracted to come and station themselves in this private destination area. This is what I don't like, Kai.
Uh-oh.
This is what I don't like.
Uh-oh.
Carnival strategically put places that where the money is exclusively Carnival in viewpoint, and the food trucks, like, you gotta walk a ways to get to the food truck area. But the Carnival eateries or the Carnival sponsored eateries are closer and more visible. And a lot of people that we talked to, or a couple of people that we talked to on the island, they didn't even know about the food trucks. Right. They didn't even go past the eateries to see what the other the food trucks had to offer because of how strategically the other eateries were placed.
You ain't wrong, King. You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong for sure. You do have to walk to get to the food trucks and stuff.
Let's go deeper into it.
Yes.
Why is this such a earth-shattering revelation?
Okay, let's really get into it for real. Because in my research, and through a few comments that we've gotten on our channel, it kind of changed the perspective for me on this just a little bit. Because this is a private destination.
Correct.
It's not a private island. When you do have private islands with the cruise line, they get to have full reign of whatever it is that they want to do.
Right.
But when it's a private destination, they have to act in accordance with the
local laws.
With the local laws and the policies. They have to work together with Grand Bahama.
Right.
So
that makes sense.
Because of that, at least for the drink package, I don't think they're allowed to offer the drink package that you have on the ship off the ship.
Right.
I think that's what the case is.
But yet still.
Okay.
According to what we heard, and I don't know that this is fact, and you can fact check me.
I know what you're about to say.
What we heard was that the drink package does not apply on the island, but if you purchase a drink, it counts against your drinks for the day in your drink package.
Yeah, I don't think that's true.
Oh, okay. All right. So that's okay. So that was probably somebody that was just talking.
Well, I've heard people saying that, but I don't think that's true. I don't think it's true.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's true. But as far as the food, so we got a comment that somebody said, think of Celebration Key like Grand Turk or Amber Cove. That those are places that have pools at the port area. They have restaurants like Grand Turk has Margaritaville,
Right.
where you can eat at, and they have, like it might just be Margaritaville in that area, but Amber Cove has a place where you can eat by that pool that they have, but they don't offer any free food or free drinks.
Right.
You have to pay for whatever. And so when I thought of it like that, I was like, well, maybe it does make more sense that so now I'm like, well, if that is the case, because this is not a private island and that it's a private destination, should we really be happy that they have all these food options and that they've offered us something free in the first place? Or do we feel like, because this is my thing too, Carnival, y'all got to put some skin in the game. Like, this was long overdue to me, in my opinion. This destination coming from Carnival Cruise Line, because I think that Half Moon Cay, that beach is absolutely stunning, but the rest of it is very bare bones. Like that,
and it's just the beach. It's not really anything other than the beach.
It's just the beach. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful beach.
Right.
But there ain't nothing else going on at Half Moon Cay.
Yeah.
And so, and like, to be honest, like, it needs a revamp, which they are working on it. They're actually expanding.
Let me take that back. Because when we got off the ship, off the tender, we did see horses. We did see jet skis. So beyond, the regular excursion stuff, there was really there are no, in the water activity for real, like, no apparatus.
For Half Moon Cay.
For Half Moon Cay. That's what I'm talking about. But I think Celebration Key, for it to be a private destination, for it to have some of these components that have that other cruise lines have really poured money into in order for their customers to enjoy, I think you're absolutely right. It was about time that they made this a place where, man, it's like, okay, the pools are nice. Now, we got the what we got? The slides, the different bars around, the different lounge areas and all that stuff. So yeah, I think it's good.
So with that being said, though, with me saying that to you, kind of that island destination comparison, do you feel like that changes your perspective on the food situation, or do you still think that the food should be free? And let me say this too, one more thing, because if we are comparing the island destination thing, Lookout Key, Disney, that is a private destination. That is not a private island.
Yes.
And they offer free food as much as you want, and they have to work in accordance with the island. I don't think the food has to work in accordance with the island. I think mainly it's the drinks.
So even to further push that point, Royal has a private destination in Haiti.
Yes.
That we've been to.
Do they have food? Do they offer food?
Yes, they do.
I don't remember.
They do offer food.
Okay.
If my memory serves me correct.
Okay.
They do offer food. But
see,
that's another thing. Maybe it was a part of the stipulation of getting that area in Grand Bahamas that our local vendors have to have stake in the game.
Maybe. And if that's the case, I won't be upset about it.
It makes sense.
If that's the case, I'm not mad at it.
But they need to be placed better.
They do.
And there needs to be more signage, because I saw no signage.
There was no signage.
No signage other than that which was at the food truck area that said food truck.
There was no signage.
There was there was none close to entering into Celebration Key, none under directories or anything like that. Of course, they have the maps, but you got to go and nitpick and all. I mean, like, really study the map
right.
to discern that there are other places to eat besides these that I see right now in this area from this vantage point of just entering into Celebration Key.
Yeah.
So I think if the stipulation for them to be there was that the local vendors have to have stake in the game, I think it needs to be fair to the local vendors that are there. And right now, the placement is not fair. I don't think it's fair if that's a stipulation. Because
I don't know if I would say it's not fair.
Well, listen.
I just think they definitely could be it could be closer with better signage, but I don't know if I would say fair.
So, Kyra, let me ask you this.
Yes.
Average cruiser.
Yes.
Are you walking around looking for food, or are you going to find the first food place that you can?
You know what? If I think about it that way, the average cruiser, especially at a private place, there's usually like one main food spot.
That is correct.
And I think definitely the closest place they see is going to be, you right.
And they're going to be weary. They're going to be sweaty. And they're going to want some food.
Ready to eat.
And ready to eat.
And they're just going to go, boom, here's some food right here. Let's eat.
Yeah.
And the food hall on the Starfish side is huge.
Yes.
It's huge.
Yeah.
And they have a lot of different food options. Like they had tacos, burgers, stuff there. But that's a good point, Aaron. That's a good point.
So I think that's my thing. The food truck placement could have been better. I think on the Calypso side, they were a little more closer to the entrance.
I think so too.
Or they had some that were, because there was a designated food truck area on the Calypso side, but they did have some that were closer to the entrance, right by Mingo's.
Oh yeah, they had two. There was like a couple by Mingo's. And then they had the longer. There's more food trucks on the Calypso side for sure. Yeah. Compared to the Starfish side.
Y'all tell us, how y'all feel about it.
Yeah.
With the considerations that we were talking about, maybe the stipulations of Carnival having a destination there in Grand Bahamas is the local vendors have to be a part of it, and the drinks and stuff may be included in that stuff. All that considered.
Yes.
Location, layout, food situation, paying for different things, and the private areas, like 18 years and up areas. Would you go again?
You know what? I would go again for sure. I would go again for sure. One thing I did want to mention too about food is, in that ice cream place that's in the middle, the main area, right when you go past the archway. And you remember there's that shop that I got the body butter at. Yeah. And then on the other side, there was that ice cream spot. Uh-huh. The toppings and stuff were $2 a piece.
Oh, wow.
Like the topping, the sprinkles, the cookie crumbles, the drizzle, caramel drizzle, chocolate drizzle. It was all $2 a piece.
Okay, so even before we end, is that not a nickel and diming situation?
I think so.
I mean, come on, y'all.
And this is that was not a local spot. That was one of, I think that's a Carnival thing. Just how the coffee spot that's connected to the sandcastle, I think that's a Carnival place.
So I don't think it's too much to say that they have to go back to the drawing board and kind of work out the kinks on how they're going to deal with the food, deal with the charging for every little thing. I think water was free. I don't even think they had the regular drink stations.
That's another thing, Aaron. All they had to drink was water.
They didn't even have the regular drink stations that they normally have
I'm so glad you said that.
On the ship on the island.
They didn't have tea, lemonade.
Or tea and lemonade, they didn't have that.
It was just water. So
I think those things have to be addressed. I think because it's from what we've seen in our comments from the sponsors from our video and other videos in like manner.
Yeah,
they have. It's been more negative about the food situation than positive.
And it's just so tough because I just don't know. Just that whole destination island thing. It's like I don't really know how to really feel about it.
Yeah.
But I just know Carnival. Y'all want to put y'all's name out there for real. Like this was supposed to be a big thing. Y'all are stepping it up, trying to take it to another place. You know, an upgrade from Half Moon Key, and those things is just kind of like, I don't know.
It's almost like they should have had a cover charge for Celebration Key.
You think so?
To take, because you said earlier you're comparing it to that some compare it to a beach club on what, Amber Cove or Grand Turk.
Amber Cove or Grand Turk, yeah.
Right.
And that's just the port.
Right.
Yeah.
The beach club or whatever. But I'm thinking, when I think of beach club, I'm thinking of the ones that we've gone to in Mexico where you pay at the door, cover charge, and it takes care of food, it takes care of.
See, but I don't mean beach club though. I'm just talking about the port. Like you don't remember when we went to Amber Cove when we were on the Mardi Gras?
Yeah, but honey, this is why I'm saying that. This is Carnival's destination.
You're right.
This is not a port. I mean, this is not like a destination port. This is Carnival's. This is Carnival's island. Celebration Key belongs to Carnival.
You're right, Aaron. You're right. But then too, does Grand Turk and Amber Cove, do other cruise lines have access to those ports? I think they do. You know what I'm saying? Like, is Amber Cove and Grand Turk, are those ports that only Carnival goes to?
I don't know.
I don't know, but I feel like it's not.
Right. So I think if we're going to Carnival's destination, and
it is.
What?
Amber Cove is a private port owned by Carnival Corporation, primarily used by Carnival and other Carnival-owned cruise lines. And it says, while other cruise lines like Norwegian and MSC may occasionally visit, it's primarily a Carnival destination.
Yeah.
So it's a private port destination. I don't know. Because also at the same time, Celebration Key and Amber Cove and Grand Turk, they really are not the same. Grand Turk, I would say, is close. Well, it's not the same. It's not the same.
Would you consider those ports, Grand Turk and Amber Cove, to be pass-through ports?
You mean like going to see the island or going to do other things?
But you have to pass through those ports to get to the island, because I think Amber Cove, if I'm not mistaken, they definitely had that port thing in stores and shops and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But if I remember correctly, we passed through the port to get to our buses to go to our excursions.
Yes. Yeah.
So I'm saying it may be the same like this, but this is like
their private destination.
Yeah. This is a self-contained situation more than an Amber Cove to me. Or maybe I'm just looking at it different.
No, I get what you're saying, though. I get what you're saying. I really do. I understand what you're saying. Like, I don't know. And that's why I think it would be great for the watchers and the listeners to sound off on just what they think. Like, this was just kind of a discussion, us sharing what we thought of going there, our thoughts, and kind of just talking about it. And, I don't know.
Well, I mean, all that considered.
All that considered.
Would you go again?
I would definitely go again. I'm not going out of my way to go to any private island, but from these cruise lines, though.
I agree.
Does that, you know what I mean? I'm not going out of my way to go to Coco Key. I'm not going out of my way to go to Great Stirrup Key. Truthfully, not even like Castaway Key. I love it. And I'm so happy to go, but I'm not booking a cruise to go there, to any private island or destination, really.
Yeah.
Unless it's brand new and I want to experience it.
That's fair.
But now that we have experienced it, I'm not going out of my way to go back.
Sure.
But if I was to go on a cruise with the itinerary that I want, and Celebration Key is on that itinerary, I'm happy about it.
Yeah. I agree. I think that for me, it's gonna sound so bad.
No.
I don't have to go back.
It's fine.
I don't have to go back. But if I go back, I won't be upset. But it's not something that I'm setting my clock to and I'm counting down the days till I can get back.
I mean, we literally feel the same way then.
Yeah. It's yeah. Man. It's not a bad place, and I think
it's beautiful.
Everybody that cruises Carnival should at least go there once. But from even it's congruent with our with the feedback that we've been getting in our video. Like, no, they can miss me with that. Carnival can miss me with that.
Yeah.
I think if they go back to the drawing board and work out some kinks, because I think the initial mindset it was that this is going to be a place where I can go and I'll be able to eat and relax and enjoy what I've already paid for on my cruise instead of having to come out of pocket for more.
That's good. Now you're talking good. Because I was going to ask you, what would make us and maybe the public feel better or give a better response than kind of what has been seen? The response is kind of iffy. It's like some people love it, some people don't. What would make it better?
Yeah.
To me, honestly, I think maybe I can't even say more maybe more activities.
I think
maybe more because like I'm thinking too of places like Castaway Key Disney. It's very much so that you're chillaxing there too.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful and all the food and all that. They have buffets, an adults only beach in an area. They have snorkeling that have underwater statues. They have the slides for the kids and they're free.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to pay. So I think maybe just a couple more things to do.
Yeah.
We did miss the Junkanoo Parade.
Yes.
Which they do have a parade. We missed that because we were told the wrong time.
Yeah.
But
that's another
we heard it was great. Yeah, I hate we missed that. But we did hear that the parade is good. So I don't know.
Yeah. So and I want to see feedback on this.
Yeah, I really do too.
I want to know what y'all think about this as far as, do you think if it was a more traditional destination type that there would be less disgruntled cruisers? Because the food is the biggest point of contention. That is the, like, hands down, biggest point of contention.
It is.
Concerning Celebration Key.
But let me say this too. Carnival Cruise Line is a multi-billion-dollar company.
Billion with a B.
And I think we just have to remember we cannot be trying to make excuses for these multi-billion-dollar companies.
They can't be.
We really cannot. And like, even, I think me and Aaron, we will give the benefit of the doubt a lot of times, but truly moving forward, I know I'll say for myself, I'm not really looking to give these companies excuses anymore. Not when their CEOs are racking in $20 million plus salaries and just all this, and you want to, if you cutting corners or if things are negative or whatever, you're going to hear about it, at least from me, because these are multi-billion-dollar companies getting this money from us, their loyal customers, spending their hard-earned money to go on vacation that people only get to do sometimes once a year, once every other year.
That part,
like
that part, and a lot of, and this is where that really hits home. And we can talk about that more in our next video. That's a plug. That's a plug.
You don't want to miss our next video, our next podcast.
But for those that are on fixed incomes and going on trips like this, for them to have unexpected expenses or restrictions like this, you know, the food debacle on Celebration Key it can be seen as blowing out of proportion, but it is something that's like, wait, what? They're hidden fees. Like,
it's like it could be seen as being blown out of proportion, but it's like,
y'all want more of my money?
We're on a cruise.
Yeah.
Where all the food is included.
Yeah.
So why would you not think that the food will be included at the place as well? And then I know people are going to respond and say, well, they are giving us a free meal.
A free meal. Let's listen to that.
And I think a lot of people are saying too, that people that don't have a problem with it are like, well, dang, you eat breakfast on the ship, you eat lunch on the island, and then you come back and you eat dinner on the ship. But some people
are there for the 7 hours that we're there.
They're there for the entire time.
1 meal in 7 hours is not going to be enough.
It's not going to cut it.
Being in the heat, being in the water, sweating, dehydration, all that stuff, your body is going to need fuel. So like it's 2 meals.
2 meals.
2 meals.
1 meal is not going to cut it. And I know everyone isn't there the entire time. But ideally, like, even if I want to be at a port for as long as I possibly can.
That's right.
The only thing that really stops me from doing that is if I slept too long, or if I'm not getting ready quick enough, or anything like that. But I want to be there for as long as I possibly can. So I don't know, y'all.
Yeah.
But I do think this was some good conversation. Me and my man.
Yeah. So I think put down below what you think. Would all the facts considered and all the things that we experienced put out in this podcast, do you want to go? Would you go again if you've already been? Would you give them the benefit of the doubt based off of the stuff?
No, I'm sorry.
What?
The way you said, do you want to go? I'm sorry.
No, I mean, it's true. Because some people, based off our video and probably based off this podcast, are like, not for me. But do you want to go? Would you go again if you've already been? Are you going to give them the benefit of the doubt, considering the potential? And I have to say potential because we don't know what's going on behind closed doors and what things have been penned in ink. If there's stipulations based off of them having this destination on Grand Bahamas,
right.
As far as the local vendors and what they're able to do as far as charging for the food. So, like, let's know.
It is a beautiful destination.
It is.
And we have to give it that. It is beautiful. And they
nice and clean, yeah.
And they are expanding. Like, not just the extra dock that they're building currently, but further, like, if you're looking at Celebration Key to the right, they're expanding that way.
Okay.
So I don't know what's coming, but there is more coming.
Yeah.
To Celebration Key.
Well, that's good. That's good.
So you guys sound off.
That food situation got to change. That has to change. That has to change. But that's it for this podcast.
That's it for our second episode of Two Seats Together.
Good conversation.
This was good conversation.
Yeah.
Give me a high five and a kiss. Mm-hmm. Now, you guys sound off in the comments. Make sure you follow us here on our YouTube channel or wherever you're listening to us currently. You can check us out on Instagram at akadventures15.
And find us on Spotify or Apple. What is it?
Apple Podcasts.
Apple Podcasts.
Our next video, our next podcast, you don't want to miss it. You hear what I'm saying to you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, listen.
We're continuing the conversation about Carnival Cruise Line and why we probably will be taking a break for a little while.
Mm-hmm. So turn your notifications on because you definitely don't want to miss when that drops.
You don't want to miss it. And we'll see you guys later.
See ya.